Good afternoon from Rome. My name is Giuseppe De Filippi. I'm an Italian journalist, and I am today's anchor of the Italian channel of this event. I'd like to thank again, on behalf of the Italian channel, all our viewers and all the speakers that we already heard, but also the ones that we are going to hear during this afternoon. Again, good afternoon to everybody. We will start with a panel about Amazon devices, which is an initiative with the aim of helping customers to make more sustainable choices. It implies a lot of interesting issues, as you can guess. As a leading digital company, Amazon has serious concerns about sustainability, and it has been asked and pressed by customers association and policymakers to do more in this direction. We will talk about this later in the afternoon, but also in this panel. But as a very, very important, very strong digital e-commerce service and logistics platform, it has a lot of pros when it comes to sustainability, and but it has also some cons. We will talk about pros and cons, but it has also a lot of responsibility in order to make people to help people making more responsible choices. And this is a very important issue when it comes to information and providing information about items and about services and their sustainability. So we will talk about these things with Rachel Pretorius, who's Amazon Devices and Services Sustainability, who's in charge of the sustainability of devices and services for Amazon. Good morning, Rachel. You're talking from California, if I'm right. So really good morning. And thanks for being with us. And with Paulina up the back, who's client manager of the Carbon Trust, which is an independent organization which provides information about the sustainability of items and services, especially when it comes to carbon footprint and CO2 emissions. Let's start with Pauline. Tell us something about what's your partnership with Amazon and how you've worked with them to certify their new devices.
Great, thank you. Pleasure to be here this afternoon. So we worked with Amazon essentially to help them communicate what they were doing around some of their devices. So what this looked like was Amazon first did their own carbon footprint calculations for their devices, following a cradle-to-grave approach, so looking at the raw materials all the way down to the use phase and the end of life of these products. And we then certified to make sure that they were calculated correctly according to international standards, so the Greenhouse Gas Protocol for products, as well as ISO 14067. And we did this for their Echo and Fire TV stick ranges and specific SKUs within that. So what we did is made sure that they calculated the footprint correctly of the current generation of products. But then we also compared what does this footprint of the new generation look like compared to the previous generation. And there we certified that they had actually made a reduction in the emissions generation over generation. And we also verified that they have made an ongoing commitment to reduce those emissions. So with that, they were then granted the license to use our reducing CO2 label for those specific devices that we certified. And this, then helps them have a recognizable and independent mark for the Amazon devices that are achieving carbon reduction emissions.
Can we say that you have invented a new label to describe how each item is reducing CO2? Is it quite different? It is different from other certifications in the sustainability space. It brings some new meanings or some new informations?
Yes, so the label itself perhaps is not so new. So we founded it originally in 2006. And at the time, it was a very sort of groundbreaking moment in the kind of consumer-facing sustainability space, shall we say. And we really felt that there was a gap in the market for a certification that, or a label that could help consumers understand what is the product impact of this product and actually what is the company doing to reduce that, or what are they doing about that carbon impact. So we made sure that this reducing CO2 label was kind of designed with the Carbon Trust mission in mind. And our mission is to accelerate the move to a low carbon, sustainable economy. So that meant that we kind of grounded this certification first within a very rigorous footprint assessment, so looking at the carbon footprint of the product, but also that it kind of presented a really strong reduction strategy for our clients, and crucially a way for them to communicate that to their customers. And to reduce product emissions year on year is a bold commitment for a company to make, and we feel that this really helps companies kind of that it pushes them to continuously innovate their products and optimize their supply chain and resource use. And we want to make sure that this takes our clients on a journey for continuous improvement, because ultimately that's where we need everyone to go in order to reach the ambitions laid out in the Paris Agreement.
Giant like Amazon, you are an independent, you work for an independent organization. It's easy to maintain the independence when you have to work with such a big company like Amazon.
Yes, so we are, a mission-driven organization, and as I repeat, the mission is to accelerate the move to a sustainable low-carbon economy. And to do that, we do have to work with companies, and we work with companies that show a clear commitment to effectively measure, manage, and reduce their emissions, so that they can be a part of that transition. And by demonstrating the reduction of their devices' carbon footprint generation over generation, and committing to achieving ongoing reduction, Amazon devices really qualified for that. And also through their climate pledge friendly shopping initiative that showcases products that are also reducing their environmental impact, this very much aligns with the mission of the Carbon Trust as well. And because we work to international standards, this really helps us keep our independence as well.
Taking advantages from the work that you've done and the evaluation that you made for them?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Do you think that Amazon, with the work, the way of working in Amazon, will be helped and will get better with your new ideas?
Yes, absolutely. So, what we've looked at now is an initial tranche of products, so to speak. And because Amazon has committed this ambition to reduce those emissions, we think that's really impactful. And that, not only impacts the emissions of Amazon itself in reducing for its products, but it also influences consumers. It helps them make better decisions around their kind of purchasing choices. But it also encourages other companies to reduce their own impact in the environment on a product level. And we think that's really positive as well.
To this practice? Would you suggest?
I guess.
Okay. Would you suggest
yes,
other companies to do the same? Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry, there is a bit of lagging, but yeah, we definitely do suggest that. And the first, I guess, the ticket to enter is a product carbon footprint. So in order to calculate that, it can either be done in-house, as it was with Amazon, if you have a team of experts. But if you don't have in-house expertise, this can be done through other companies like the Carbon Trust. And this, makes sure that these product footprints are calculated according to the correct international standards. And once you do have that assessment, it essentially gives companies the tools to understand what the emissions hotspots are within a product's life cycle. And with that information, companies can develop really targeted strategies to reduce those emissions. And then, when they get to that stage, they can have a certification to demonstrate that as well. And I guess maybe even before that, or if a product footprint is not available to you, the first thing a company can do is really just to draw a process map of the product. What are the raw materials? Who are the suppliers? Where is it being manufactured? How does it get from A to B? And that exercise can really help companies understand, where the carbon impact might be. And of course, this is a great way to kind of distill wider corporate strategies onto a product level, and to make those upstream and downstream reductions, but also to be a really effective way to communicate those strategies on a product level to your consumers.
How can other companies that do not have the same resources as Amazon use the services like yours, and even small businesses? Do you think that can one day use this kind of services?
Yes, I think product footprinting and labeling is still, I guess, in its infancy, but it is increasing. And I think these standards and the ease to which you can do these calculations is likely to evolve over time. But I think really the first step for even a small company is really just to ask those questions. What goes into our product? Where is it? How does it get here? And start to question things like, maybe we can switch this material to have more recycled content, or we can make the product itself more efficient. I think if you don't have those resources to do the footprinting and the certification, the first step is really just to ask those questions and to ask your suppliers those questions as well.
Thank you, Pauline. Let's turn to Rachel. Thank you again, Rachel. I would like to thank again Rachel Pretorius for being with us. Would you start with an overview of what Amazon is doing in your own business?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be part of this year's forum and to have the opportunity to address this audience alongside all of today's speakers. And thank you, Pauline. It's been a pleasure working with you and Carbon Trust on this important work. I am Rachel Pretorius. I work for Amazon Devices and Services, and you probably know us best as the makers of Echo, Alexa, Kindle, and Fire TV. When Amazon launched in 1995, it was the mission to be Earth's most customer-centric company, and that's still our goal today. Our Devices and Services business started with the original Kindle in 2007, and 7 years later, we introduced Alexa and Echo. This was a pivotal moment for artificial intelligence. It brought voice-first technology out of the lab, and now there are hundreds of millions of devices out there. Alexa has since become an increasingly helpful part of customers' daily lives, especially in 2020. We've been humbled by stories from customers who have found support and maintained meaningful connections with help from Alexa. Today, Alexa is available in more than 80 total countries and territories worldwide. We also make Fire TV, Fire tablets, Eero, Ring, Blink, and many more devices. I joined Amazon in the program management office nearly 8 years ago, and today I sit on the hardware leadership team leading sustainability and hardware operations. I've always been passionate about sustainability, and I've been fortunate enough throughout my career to build products that can do really positive things for customers. But I've always been aware that the products I work on also have an impact on the planet, and that impact has always been on my mind. I know that with invention and commitment, we can mitigate that impact. We're really proud of the progress we've made this year in sustainability, and I want to talk a little bit about the research thinking that helped us get there, some highlights of our programs, and our plans to keep building on efforts on behalf of our customers. And later today, you'll be hearing from Kara Hurst, who's the Vice President of Worldwide Sustainability at Amazon. Kara will be speaking in more detail on the climate pledge and our progress towards net zero by 2040, 10 years ahead of the Paris Agreement. And I'm excited to share more details about how we're tackling this challenge within Amazon's Devices and Services business. Deeply about at Amazon, and we continue to more sustainable solutions across all areas of our business. In September, we announced devices and features aimed at reducing our own impact on the environment and helping our customers do so as well. When you think about how to make devices more sustainable, you might naturally think about the materials that are used to make the product, how it's disposed of at its end of life. But we took a science-based approach, as Pauline mentioned a bit, using data to drive solutions with the highest climate impact. We conducted life cycle assessments for many of our products to understand their carbon footprints. And this is not a simple process. We have to look at the bill of materials for products and their packaging, sometimes doing teardowns to weigh parts when we need more information. We have to look at the transportation from the factory to fulfillment centers, as well as outbound to customers. We have to look at the use phase emissions, meaning the electricity used in customers' homes to power and charge our devices. And last, we have to look at the distribution of devices we project to be traded in, recycled, or landfilled at their end of life. We went through this process for our portfolio, and we found that on average, more than half of our total carbon footprint comes from the electricity our devices use to operate in customers' homes. So we knew that this was a key area of focus to mitigate our climate impact. First, we added a low power mode feature to all new wall-powered Echo and Fire TV devices that reduces their lifetime energy consumption by using less power during periods of inactivity. We'll also be rolling out free over-the-air updates to bring low power mode to additional devices already in customers' homes. Making our devices energy efficient is good for the planet and our customers. But we didn't stop at just reducing. Our goal is to get to net zero. That's why we committed to addressing the electricity our devices use to operate by building new wind and solar farms to put clean energy into the grid, equivalent to the amount of electricity used by customers' devices. We started with Echo devices. We're now matching the electricity used by every customer's Echo device with renewable energy, and we'll continue building new renewable energy projects until we account for the use of all Amazon devices worldwide. This is a big feat, but we also had to think about the materials used to make our products and packaging. Echo and Fire TV devices launched this fall include recycled materials like 100% post-consumer recycled fabric, 100% recycled die-cast aluminum, 30 to 50% post-consumer recycled plastic, depending on product. We've even incorporated 50% post-consumer recycled plastic into some of the power adapters that ship with our devices. So we're touching everything that goes into the box. The packaging for our new Echo and Fire TV devices is made from more than 98% wood fiber-based materials like paper and cardboard, from responsibly managed forests or recycled sources. And our packaging team is working really hard to get that number to 100% in the coming years. Doing this reduces waste. In fact, we've eliminated millions of plastic bags from our Amazon devices packaging within 2020 so far. And all of this builds on our existing programs. You may not know, Amazon has a recycling program, a devices pre-owned program, and a trade-in program and we also have a frustration-free packaging program that address the beginning and end of our product's life cycles. Our devices pre-owned and trade-in program has kept over 1 million devices from ending up in landfills just in 2020. These programs have a significant impact. They matter because they help mitigate waste and they help avoid additional carbon emissions that result from producing brand new products from new materials. Our devices pre-owned program provides customers in the US, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and the UK access to pre-owned Amazon devices like Echo, Fire TV tablets, readers, Fire TV, and more. Amazon sells 2 types of pre-owned devices today: certified refurbished devices and used devices. Certified refurbished devices have been inspected and tested to work and look like new and come with the same limited warranty as new devices. Used Amazon devices sold by Amazon Warehouse are fully functional pre-owned devices that receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. Used and certified refurbished devices are available on Amazon.com and Woot.com and even certain offline retailers. The availability of pre-owned devices in additional marketplaces where Alexa is available, it varies a bit by device and product line. Customers can always visit the Amazon Second Chance website to learn more. It's a great one-stop shop. Meanwhile, the Amazon trade-in program provides customers an Amazon.com gift card in exchange for thousands of eligible items, including Amazon devices, to encourage customers to trade their products in. For certain electronic categories like tablets, readers, Echo, and Fire TV, Amazon offers a promotional credit for a new qualifying Amazon device, even for non-functional devices. Customers in the US, the UK, and Germany can trade in devices at this time, and we're exploring expanding to new marketplaces in the future. We also recognize the importance of recycling electronic equipment at its end of life, which is why we offer both a trade-in year and a recycling program for electronic items, including Amazon devices and select accessories. The Amazon Take Back and Recycling program is available in all marketplaces where Amazon devices are sold. Across Europe, customers can look for the WEE symbol on devices, which denotes the electronic and electrical equipment eligible for take-back under the WEE directive. We want to make it easier and seamless for customers to participate in these initiatives. So with this in mind, we launched the Amazon Second Chance website so that customers can find information to do with packaging, how to trade in, recycle, or return Amazon products. Amazon Second Chance is part of our goal to make it easier for everyone to make responsible choices to protect our natural resources. Because of all this work we did to design sustainability into the new Echo and Fire TV devices we announced in September, these devices are among the first products to receive the Climate Pledge Friendly badge on Amazon.com, which is a new program that makes it easier for customers to identify and shop for sustainable products. And you'll hear more about this from Kara Hurst later today. Amazon customers will now see the Climate Pledge Friendly badge on more than 25,000 products in the US, 40,000 products in Europe, to signify that products have at least one sustainability certification, like the Carbon Trust, reducing CO2 certification. Our Climate Pledge Friendly teams are looking forward to adding more certifications over time, working with manufacturers to certify more products over time. I'm personally excited that I can more easily shop my values. I look for the winged hourglass when I shop for everything from laundry detergent to electronics. All new Echo and Fire TV devices are certified by the Carbon Trust. Based in the UK, their mission is to accelerate the delivery of a sustainable low-carbon economy by helping businesses, governments, and organizations across the globe reduce carbon emissions. Our new Echo and Fire TV devices will carry Carbon Trust's Reducing CO2 Product Carbon Footprint label, which demonstrates a reduction in the carbon footprint of products year over year. And Pauline talked a bit about this. It's measured by creating a life cycle assessment for both the current product and its prior generation or prior year baseline, and assessing the greenhouse gas emissions for each. So it's based on the same science that guides our goals for decarbonizing our products and business, and it's right in line with the climate pledge to decarbonize over time. One of the things that gets me really excited about the opportunity in front of us is thinking about how we can use our devices and services, not just to mitigate our own impact, but to help our customers reduce their climate impact. This year, many of us around the world have been spending more time at home, and the way we use energy and rely on the devices and products in our home has changed. We're working harder in our homes, and the products in our homes are working harder on our behalf. Later this year, we're introducing a new energy dashboard that will allow US customers to understand the energy consumption of compatible Alexa connected and Echo smart home devices in the Alexa app. One of the great opportunities we have is that Alexa can be proactive on a customer's behalf, making sustainable choices easier. For example, if Alexa has a hunch that a customer is away and forgot to turn off a light, Alexa can automatically turn it off, helping energy without even thinking about it. Customers can also learn about setting up routines, Alexa routines that might help save energy, like turning off a kitchen light after midnight. I want to leave you with this parting thought. Climate change is not something one person, one company, or even one government can solve alone. We're thrilled to see the momentum across the industry and really the world towards the goal of a net zero carbon future, and Amazon devices will continue to invent in this area. Building a sustainable future is truly going to take all of us working together. Thanks again for the opportunity to share what we're doing, and I'm looking forward to more discussion and questions.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for this wide contribution about what you are doing and your company is doing to improve sustainability and the use and reuse of devices, which is a very key point of our panel. Now, I want to add some more information with a video that should start in a few seconds, and then we have some questions for Rachel. Let's see the video together.